Good morning, Year 4. Today we are continuing on with our lesson from yesterday, looking at related facts. I would like you to start by completing the mini maths quiz and answering the 4 questions independently. The same as yesterday's lesson, you will know that I've supported your learning by providing you a multiplication grid which you can use to support your multiplication and also with your division facts. We're going to take a look at the final practicing challenge and we are going to continue our learning from here. The first question asks you, can you solve these divisions? So I'm going to example a working model for you which you can use to support your learning with question 2, 3 and 4 of this challenge. And do remember to build on from what we learnt yesterday in the representing and the earlier practicings. 120 divided by 4 equals. In order to answer that fact, I'm going to start by making 120 10 times smaller. And in order to do that, if you have a place value grid, all of your digits will move one place to the right. You will find that your 2 10s now becomes 2 1s and your 100 now becomes 110. So 120 divided by 10 to make it 10 times smaller is 12. And then we're going to do 12 divided by 4. And we know that 12 divided by 4 equals 3. With this fact, I'm going to use it to support my learning of what I know above and to solve this division. So 120 divided by 4. I can see that that's now 10 times bigger than 12 times 4 equals 3. So then my equals must also be 10 times bigger. So the 3 1s, if you're using a place value grid, moves to become 3 10s. And I know that 120 divided by 4 equals 30. And you can also see that 30 is 10 times bigger than 3. Please use that working model as an example to help you with the practicing challenges question 2, 3 and 4. After, please make a start on thinking 1 challenge. And I would like you to start this. It states what's the same, what's the difference. Before we start to talk about what's the same and what's the difference, let's start by finding out what is 4 multiplied by 3. So 4 multiplied by 3 equals 12. And we also have 40 multiplied by 3. And here we can see that 40 is 10 times bigger than 4. So 40 multiplied by 3 must give me or must equal an answer which is 10 times bigger. So what 12 becomes 120. If you have a place value grid, you will see that all of your answers have moved one place to the right. So your 2 1s now becomes 2 10s and your 110 now becomes 100. I can also see that I have another 40 multiplied by 3 which equals 120. I have a 4 multiplied by 30 and here I have 4 multiplied by 3 which I know equals 12. I can see that I have 3 and my 30 is 10 times bigger. So I know that my answer here, or what it equals, is going to be 10 times bigger. 40 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 30 equals 120. Finally, I have 4 multiplied by 300. And here I have 4 multiplied by 30. I now can see that it's 10 times bigger, so I need to have an equals which is 10 times bigger. 4 multiplied by 300, if I have 120 here on a place value grid, I would move all of those digits one place to the left, and 400 times 300 equals 1200. So with this, I'm now going to look at answering the thinking challenge. What's the same? I can see that here I have 40 multiplied by 3 equals 120. So I know that 40 multiplied by 3, which equals 120, and I can see here that I have 40 multiplied by 3 equals 120, and I also have it exactly the same underneath. 40 multiplied by 3 equals 120. So I know that 40 multiplied by 3 equals 120 is the same as 40 multiplied by 3, which equals 120. Now I can also see that 40 multiplied by 3 equals 120, and I can also see that 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 30, so 4 multiplied by 30 also equals 120. So I could say 40 multiplied by 3 equals 120, and I could say that 4 multiplied by 30 also equals 120. So those are 2 working examples of what's the same, of sharing my thinking for what's the same. There are other examples, so I do want you to show me at least 3 of your own. Now we're going to have a look at the second part of this thinking challenge, which is what's different. So what's different? Again, I'm going to show you a few working examples to support your learning with this. Now, I could start by saying, for example, 40 multiplied by 30 equals 120, which is here. And I could say that that is 10 times bigger than here, 4 multiplied by 3, and 4 multiplied by 3, which equals 12. And you can see here that the 4 is both the same. However, I have 3 here, and in this example it's 30, so the 3 is 10 times bigger, because the 3 here represents 3 ones. However, here we have 3 10s, which means we've moved the 3 one place to the left on your place value grid, and it becomes 30. So that's one example of a difference. 4 multiplied by 30 equals 120 is 10 times bigger than 4 multiplied by 3 equals 12. I could also say this the other way round. So I could say 4 multiplied by 3 equals 12 is 10 times smaller than 4 multiplied by 30, which equals 120. You can use give me examples for the difference. You could say, for example, give me examples, is 10 times bigger than, is 100 times bigger than, is 10 times smaller than, is 100 times smaller than. So for example, I might want to say 4 multiplied by 300, which equals 1200, is, I'm going to write 100 times bigger than 4 times 3, which equals 12. So I could say those. So those are a couple of working examples for you to look at to support your learning on this thinking challenge. But do show me examples of your own as well. Your second thinking challenge states, show me a calculation that equates to 2000. Again here, you can go back to the representing. If I know that, for example, one fact, it will also help me to understand other facts. It can help your learning. So I'm going to start off by saying, let me see, 2 multiplied by 1000 equals 2000. This is a working example for you to support your learning. 2 multiplied by 1000 equals 2000. I might then decide to make the 2 10 times bigger. So then I might say 20 multiplied by, however, if I multiply it by 1000, it's no longer going to equal 2000. This would be incorrect, because if 2 multiplied by 1000 equals 2000, then 20, which I've made 10 times bigger, times by the same number cannot be 2000. It's going to give me an answer which is 20 times. So it should look like this. So this is incorrect. You have to think about what you're going to do next. So I'm not going to do that one because I know that's incorrect. Instead, I'm going to use the 2. I'm going to make that 10 times greater, 10 times bigger, and it now becomes 20. And then I'm going to multiply that. But because I want the same equals, I need to do something to this 1000. And now, because I've made this 10 times bigger, I'm now going to make this 10 times smaller. So my 1000 is going to become 100. Now I've got 20 multiplied by 100, which gives me 2000. So those are just a few working examples for you. I would like you to have a go at showing me 2 of your own. I know some of you may want to show me more. Please show me more if you would like to. explaining. So Spartacus would like you to explain to him how to solve this multiplication. Now we have 200 multiplied by 40 equals. So what must Spartacus need to do first? You might want to, you have two options. You could either start possibly by saying first divide 200 by 10, and then you might want to show him what it equals, which equals 20. Then you might want to do that again, so you might want to then say next divide 20 by 10 by 10, which equals 2. So what I have done is we've started off, we had 200, we've divided it by 10, which has now given us 20. We've divided that again by 10, which has given us 2. And we could also do the same for the 40 here, and then bring it back together. I will leave you now with this start, and I would like you to have a think about how you can explain to Spartacus, either in words. If you're struggling to explain it in words, then just show me using the representing model. If you can explain it as a step-by-step guide, that's fine. If not, just try showing it me in a model. Finally, I would like you to have a go at solving, please. So here, what could be the missing numbers? It's given you 4,200 divided by something equals, and it would like you to find as many possibilities as you can. Find all the possibilities. I'm going to show you, for example, one working model. So we could have 1,200. We could decide to divide that by 10 to start with, which would equal 420. So 4,200 divided by 10. If you're using a place value grid, you would notice that all of your digits have now moved one space to the right. So for example, your 200 has now become 2 tens, your 4,000 has now become 400. So that's one example. How could that help you to show me more possibilities? But I'm going to leave that with you to show me as many solving possibilities as you can. When you are ready, I would like you to log into your Doodle accounts and go into your maths, and could you complete your maths mini maths challenges, your practicing challenge, your thinking, explaining and solving challenges, please. Thank you.